Hello and welcome to Code of Petit Pois. In this tutorial we are going to look at creating a waitlist page for a SaaS product or Micro SaaS. We've used Lovable to create a simple layout with the call to action, the form, what the product's about, and the pricing, etc. So we'll be creating this using Astro.js and using Supabase, and we will start by creating a project. I've called it Astro Waitlist, and I've just got it open here in of just the basic minimal starter. After that, I have added Tailwind to the project as well. Okay, Starwind. So Starwind is like ShadCN, but it's purely for Astro. We need to add this specific thing here to our tsconfig file. There we go. So if we look at our package.json, let's just add everything again. So it's npx starwind at latest. Let's do that again. Yes, we use the components library. We're going to use zinc npm, say yes, and it's going to install all those packages for us. Okay. All right. So now we need to make sure in our layout file, we need to add the Starwind UI. Very similar to what we would do if we were adding Tailwind CSS styles / Starwind CSS. There we go. I'll change that to Astro Waitlist. And right now that's what we have. Okay. So we have a header, and all it has is a logo. So we'll just have we call it Astro Waitlist. All right. So if we and the footer will just be made of Astro, that's fine. And also it will be and copy year, say Astro Waitlist, okay. And we'll say this is const year equals new date, don't get full year. Okay, so that's all set up ready for us. Okay, so now we'll go to the pages and we will remove the welcome, remove the comment section, and we will just create a simple div. We'll give it a class of mx auto, padding 8. Oops. We'll just do that for now, and then we'll add a h1 with the class of text 8xl, and we say join the waitlist for the upcoming Micro SaaS product. H2. Take a look. Okay, well we'll use this as a there we are. And it has landing page in span. We can change the color here. appeal. This is where we're going to import a button. So this is the button we want to use. So we're going to say npx Tailwind at latest add button. So we copy that. Awesome. So now that that's installed, we can import this button at the top here. And we've got it here. Okay. We're also going to need the input, so we might as well do that as well. So we add the input. And so in order to do that, we've got a type here. We've got input type email, so we'll do that. And we will add this input here as well. Okay. And add the button. Join waitlist. All right. Let's say type submit. Size LG. Okay. So that's that. As you can see, we've got sizes here. We can actually add the size MD to the input type. So go size MD. So let's see and take a look at to see what this looks like. npm run dev. And if we go to our local host, okay, so we've got sort of what we want to go with, except obviously it's all, we're going to say we need to add items center. There we go. And wow, that looks really nice. I think we want to change this to a little bit smaller. Let's go 6. Okay, 7's better. And we're going to change the H2 as well, so that we've got a bit more. Yeah, excellent. And we want that to be maybe 4. Okay, no, a 3 is good. All right. We want this form to have a class of flex, so that we yeah, there we go. The waitlist button is a little bit too big, so we'll make sure they match. Okay. So similar to what we want. We might make the max width for Excel. Okay, actually, we'll leave it as it was. I think it was fine. All right. Okay, so there we go. So we've got, okay, it's a little bit bigger than what we've got here, but okay, let's change that now to, let's change it back down to 4 and change that to 2 and see what that looks like. Oh, okay, significantly smaller. I think we'll leave it at 6, that's fine. Yeah, that's nice. And email input, we'll change that to enter your email. Okay, all right. So in the layout, we want to change the color to background color zinc. No, not zinc. I think it's slate. Oh, let's try slate blue. Okay, that's nice. So nice. I like the color. But the color we have here is like a grey, so we'll change that to slate grey. Okay, so that's a bit more what we're looking at. And we've got a nice thing here. So what we will do, we will add in the header, we have a class of flex. That's fine. Excellent. With background grey. The background's actually the same, so we don't need to change that. Background is there. And we will remove the nav. We don't need a nav. We do need the waitlist there, but we will also add a div with a class of, I'm going to say rounded full text white. Oh, the whole thing is going to be text white, that's fine. And we're going to say AW. Okay, awesome. You know what, we'll leave it as it was. Let's find out it is. Yeah, we'll just leave that as it is. Astro waitlist. Okay. So this is unreadable, so we want to make sure that actually we'll change the slate to be grey. Dark grey. You choose what's better for you. I like this one. Dark slate grey, and we will change the text white. There we go. I don't want the max width, I want the text white. There we go. Okay. And we will change this grey to text black. Alright. So we also probably want a little bit more. We want another div. And we'll say class of height. We want to make sure that the text is LG. And it's white. And there we go. So we've got waitlist. Obviously we've got an image. And we've got this join waitlist button. I think this needs to be white as well. Yeah. I'm not going to have a max width. Okay. Alright, so now we need this mock-up here. we have a excellent. See what your landing page could look like. We want all of that to be, sorry, we want all of that to be inside. And we want to make sure that it's the same as this one here. And we want to make sure of that. Alright, see what your landing page can look like. We can then change the image here. Can I remove that actually? And change the background to black. Now we could actually additive. Well, we could change that in a moment. The next thing we need to do is we need to choose. We're going to make another div. I'm going to say choose Astro Waitlist. And we've got these little cards here. So we've got cards from Tailwind UI. So again, we'll use this. I have a new terminal, so we can install that. In order to get this card, we'll copy that, and we will create a component, and we will say feature card.astro, and we'll add all of that there. We don't need the label, don't need the input. We will get rid of all of that. We only need the card content, and we don't need this select. Okay, so there we go. So one of the features for this specific thing is instant website. So I'm going to put that here, and we're going to say this. I'm actually not going to use the card content or the card footer. And we're not going to use the button either. Okay, so now we're going to want obviously to have the feature and the information. So we're going to say const feature title and feature description equals astro.props, and we'll put that here. And we might even want actually we'll add card content, and we'll put an feature icon. Okay. So that's what that is. Okay. This one has the card has a width of 400. We'll take a look and see if that will work, but for now that's what we've got. So we've got a content title and description. So now we'll have a div with the class of grid dash calls dash 1, and then md grid dash goals dash 3. And for each, at the top, we're going to create a simple array called features equals that array, and we'll say it gave us a bit of in here. That's great, and for now we'll use that. That's fine. And this is features dot map, and we will use the feature card. So now, if we take a look, obviously we're going to use web. We're going to use this one, it says shield. This one is a UI. Okay, so here we go. So we've got div with the class of grid. We have this thing here, so we've got SEO optimized. Alright, we've got 5 altogether. Let's say SEO optimized. We had analytics ready. Obviously, you can change this to however you like. And lightning fast, and we've got one-time payment. All right, and I'm just going to add these. Here, to be honest, I'm not gonna. Oh, let's just use that. Lightning fast. Okay, so you obviously can see, just to make things a little bit easier, we are adding a nice UI. Obviously, we can change this. You can change this to how you like, but there we go. So we've got these 5 here. So what we will do, we will make sure that the H1 is similar, but it's not that big. So we're going to go 3. Okay. And we're going to change the background of the feature card to PG-gray. All right, awesome. So that's fine. Close that. And we are going to, there doesn't seem to be a lot of padding, so there's a padding 4. Sorry, padding here. Padding 4, gap 4. Alright, excellent. We actually want to change, let's change it to gray and then text white. Okay. So what do we have here? Okay, they're centered for some reason. In card. Okay, say text left. This is more like it. And we have a circle with an icon. Okay, so what we could do here, this feature icon, we could basically say span the class of rounded dash full and put the feature icon inside. We say bg teal and padding 4. And we will change the to be WSULC. Yeah, okay. And we'll make sure that that is card content class. Text left as well. Make sure that all of that. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay. All right. So let's just leave that as it is. We could even just take this feature, this span, and remove card content. Add it here. The title, which is more like what we want here. Oh no, actually it's misunderlined. Okay. Leave that how it was. Okay. Obviously you can change this the way you want. Next we want this. So the pricing area. So let's move on to the pricing. So we're going to give div ID equals features. And then div ID of pricing. Again, we want this. As you can see, we're duplicating our, so we could have made this into its own component. So let's do that. We'll say, we'll cut that and create a component, and we'll call it heading.astro. And in the, we'll create a front matter. We'll say const title. Sorry, const title equals astro.props, and we will change that to title. So now if we say heading, and we could do the same here. So we've just abstracted that. So now we've got that, and oh, okay. So I have yeah, okay. Heading title equals. Okay, so we have the heading that's the same. Okay, awesome. So I've done something here. We don't need this. Okay. All right. So we've got this section done. We haven't done this bit, but we have done this section and the transparent pricing. Okay. We will also do these cards now. So similar to the card that we had, the feature card, we're going to have a pricing card. So I'm going to copy the feature card. Okay, so we want to make sure that we have this pricing card here. What we could do is inspect the element and see what it looks like here and what classes are being applied. We've got this SVG, but we want the actual div. There we go. There we are. Div with a class of rounded, Excel, okay. So, duplicate element. No, that's not what I want to do. So what we want to do is copy styles. And if we go here in the card description, we will paste. Oh wow, that's a lot of styles. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to take the essence of the styling instead. And so it's rounded, paragraph 6, flex. Okay. So we will say, not the width, say rounded. Rounded Excel, paragraph 6, opacity 40. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, maybe not the opacity. And let's put some basic stuff inside. Let's do this. And I'll put that here. Yeah, add that there for now, just to see what it looks like on the page. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to change this into a UL and LI, and this will be basic, LI free, sorry, actually this is, it should be basic landing page. Game details and screenshots. And we're just going to say standard theme. And the actual title will be basic. For now, we'll change this obviously, basic and free. So now we should have basic free, which is there, which is great. Awesome. I don't know why I have this span. Oh yeah, we can get rid of this card content for now. And change that here, card content. And that here. Okay, so we've got card content. I mean, it has stuff that we don't really need. We don't need the font bold, but we can have that, and we will say that text is left as well. Make sure. Excellent. So that's the basic one. And we will go to icons, and we just want a check mark. We will use this one. We will copy the SVG and we will paste it in every LI. We can always change this, but this is just to have a basic idea. Okay, so we can see that it does it on every page, but we need to make sure that the span, the class is flex. So we'll do that to each of them. And there we go. So we've got basic landing page. Okay, so that's 3 of those. And actually what we want to do, as you can see, the second one has more. So the top is small, so let's make sure that this is H2 basic, and this is an H1. And the H2 has a class of text LG, and the H1 has a class of text for Excel. So we should have excellent, that works. And we want to make sure that everything is left. So card header class equals text left. Let's try that. Make sure, excellent. That's what we want. So it's kind of looking similar to what we have here, and then we have that. That's good. Okay. Wait, the padding 4. Excellent. And we want to maybe add some margin to the top. There we go, simple transparent pricing. We have this nice little basic card here. Okay. Price title, price, price description, and then it will take an array of features. Price includes, and then it will say, so here we'll say price includes dot map in feature, and it will take this li, get rid of the rest of these, and make sure that that is a bracket, not a make sure that this is inside. Okay, don't need that, that's good. And we will say feature. So there we go. So we've got this nice feature here. And that should work. So when we do the price includes, it will be it'll be an array. So if we go to the index page, at the top here, we'll copy this, and we will say pricing. So we want to have exactly that. Landing page free. It's not SEO optimized. I'm going to say basic landing page. Was one of them. The other one was if we take a look, we've got game details and screenshots, limited, standard theme. Okay. We have standard theme. Okay. And here, pricing card, we have pricing. pricing card. And what we will do, we will basically say, we'll loop through the pricing. Pricing.map, pricing card, price area. So there we go. So now we should have everything as we did before. And if we create the next one, which is the premium, we'll say premium, and the price is, what did we say, 29? Okay, so as we can see, the premium one, I'm actually going to say most popular premium. Oh, actually, we'll add the badge after. Price includes premium landing page, SEO optimized, responsive design, lifetime updates, priority support. I'm gonna say 29. And in the actual pricing card, next to, we've got the price description. One time. And we've got the price title. So now we should have one time, excellent. Now what we will do, the one time is still too big, so we'll just change that to a span. And we will change that to text SM. And then we go one time in with the MD. Excellent, so that's fine. And there we go. So we've got this nice, okay, no, SM was what we wanted. And text, slate 900, no, 80, no, okay, let's just leave it as it was. Okay, so basic, free, premium, one time, and now we want to add a badge. So we will add the badge at the top here. And we want to add a badge from Tailwind. So we can open a new terminal so we can install that badge. Awesome. And now we can use the code. And import the badge at the top, and we say price title equals free. Then we want to say, actually no, we'll put that outside here. If the price title equals free, then we want to say that. Badge.class, we're going to say display opaque. opacity 0. And then we're going to say, okay, so most popular. Okay, so let's take a look here. Don't know why the opacity is, okay, we'll just change that to nothing. And format, okay. Premium. Okay. I'm going to change this. And we will leave the badge for a second. And what we will do instead and say most popular. Excellent is there, and we'll say class of equals teal 100 BG teal 400. Okay. Uppercase. Is that what we have here? Yeah. And then we'll change that to say the price title equals basic. And what we want to do is say this. Okay. Excellent. We're going to have no badge, and this one is going to say most popular. I'm going to say badge class equals opacity -0. No badge, see? And there you have the most popular. Okay. We're going to say this a class equals uppercase and BG-teal dash. We want it to be a grid. So format this, it's fine. So div with the class of grid dash goals dash 1, and then MD grid dash goals dash 2. So there we go. And if we go to mobile, it changes to it stacks on top of each other. We want to make sure that we have a gap and padding of 4. There we go. So there we go. We will change the background of the BG gray 400 opacity. Okay, so we have what does it have? It's actually darker. This should be more like 700. There we go. So we've got that. We've got the nice little pricing cards, basic and premium. Excellent. So we need the button at the bottom here, join waitlist. So let's do that. So again, we've got the button already. So if we go to feature card, actually we can take a look in the assets Tailwind. We've got button already there. So if we go to the pricing card and we import the button, import button. Now it should take us. If not, we can import it from Tailwind button. That's what we want here. Excellent. We don't want to import the icon, just the button. So then we will add card footer, and we'll add the button to say join waitlist. Alright, so if we take a look, and now we want to make sure that that pushes all the way to the bottom, so we will format this and say this is a class of flex dash call justify between. Yeah, no. There we go. So now we've got everything stacked the way we like it. We've got join waitlist, and that kind of looks exactly like what we have here. Although we'll add this little disclaimer in the index. We'll actually add it in the. Okay, yeah, now we need to add it in the index. So if we go to an index page outside the pricing grid, we will add this paragraph tag, and it will say no hidden fees, pay once. Excellent. And if we go to the layout, we've got something going on with our footer here. Body class flex that's call justify between, and for some reason that's the header, the slot, the footer. Okay. For some reason it is not working. Okay, so we'll take the footer out for now. And we will deal with that later. I'm gonna undo what I did there. Okay, so for some reason we don't have in the index padding auto. Okay, so we're going to have a PY of 36. No, that doesn't do anything. We're going to remove some of these styles. Excellent. Okay, that's what we wanted. So excellent. So we've got the waitlist, a header, we've got the email, We've got these little cards. We've got the transparent pricing. We've got this no hidden fees disclaimer, which we're going to change to class text dash white. Excellent. And we're going to change the pricing card to a maximum width of XL. In the center. Excellent. We've got maximum width, that's fine. Or maybe say that's 3XL, so that will, no. I'll just change the max width and just remove the MX Auto. Okay, let's just leave it as that, that's fine. So now what we want to do is we want to add the last part, which is another call to action with the same email and waitlist. So what we'll do, because we're going to reuse a component, I don't like to reuse, so we're going to change this form here. We're going to copy that. I'm going to create a component called cta.astro, and I'm going to paste that form in, and we're going to add the button and the input at the top. Which is the same as what we will have here. And now, okay, so we just got this last section to make, which is a call to action. So we'll have a H1. And we'll copy that and we'll say a paragraph tag. And we'll wrap all of that in a div. And this div will have a class of, we'll use that for now, see what that looks like. Oh, we haven't actually added it yet. Let's go to the index page, and just before the last div, just I'll put CTA, and at the top here we'll import CTA and see what that does for us. Oh wow, this is humongous. So we need to change the styling here, not the H screen, not the width full. We're going to basically say that's good. And we're going to say MX Auto Max Width XL. And we need some padding, so say padding 6. Padding all the way around, awesome. And we're going to say rounded MD, and the H1 is going to have a class of for text for Excel, which is similar. Okay, so max width for Excel. Let's try that. There we go. I'm going to make sure that that is font bold, padding 2, 3. There we go. Nice. And I want to make sure that there is some spacing. So at the top here, we're going to say the form has a margin top of 4. So excellent. And the whole div needs to have a margin top of 6. Here we go. So there's our landing page. Now we need to fix the footer. Let's just go to the layout. The footer is here. We'll give it a class of okay, so that actually looks very nice. Made of Astro. Yeah, that's fine. We'll leave that as it is. So that's the class of flex call, item center, justify center, paragraph 4, text white, and the background is grey. Awesome, which is the same as should be the same as the top. Let's try that. Add that to the header, see what that looks like. Yeah, so the header and the footer have the same background. Alright, so there's that. I want these cards, they look a little bit too bright. So we're going to make them the same as the pricing card. So the pricing card has a background of, let's say 800. Keep it consistent. And we'll copy that and go to the feature card and add that as a background instead. 800 instead of. There we go. That looks much better. We want to get rid of the border. So we say border dash none. Excellent. And the text needs to be white. So feature title, description, class, text white. Excellent. Alright. So now we need to import the icons. So let's do that. Astro add Astro. I never remember. So let's go to Astro icons. Here we go. Astro dash icon. This is what we want. Astro dash icon. So it's going to resolve the packages. Say yes. Yes, okay. So we added that. So you just take a look at the Astro file, make sure I added it. It did, okay. So we can close everything and go back to the feature card. And we want to import icon. Actually, we want to manually install, add icons, this is what we want. We want to add specific icons, like if we go to the iconas, and let's say we want the, what icon do we want? Web. Icon like so. So if we go to Astro and paste what we got there. Okay, that's not what we want. There we want, this is what we want. Oops, sorry. In the terminal we want to paste the iconify and then we just copy md-web and in the index I'm just going to put that here, md-web. And okay, so now in the feature card we want to make sure that we wrap all of that in an icon, a name which equals the feature icon. should import icon from our Astro icons. No, okay, so at Astro I think that's what we need to do. Okay, no, that's not. It's not doing what we want. So let's make sure. This is what we need. From astro-icons/components. Okay. So now we want to take a look at the other one. So we've got a search. Let's go search, which is a magnifying glass. We want maybe the material. Actually, let's just search. We want a material symbol search. Let's try that. And the analytics ready. We want to move. We want to change that anyway. So it says unable to use that. So let's just do MDI search, MDI bar, MDI lightning, MDI money. Obviously these aren't true icons yet, but you get the idea, and we are going to make sure that the feature card, just for now, I'm going to remove this span. We're just going to have the icon for now. Okay, so the only one that doesn't really work is the analytics ready, which we actually want to remove. So we'll get rid of that. And we will change the cols 3 to cols 4. Excellent. And we will make the icon class text for Excel. Yeah, okay. And we're gonna get rid of the width here. Okay, so it looks like I want to get rid of that. Okay, so we'll add that to the class instead. Awesome. So we have these nice card content here. I see, okay. For some reason, okay. We'll say padding 4, rounded, full, and BG teal 400. And text 7XL. There we go. So we've got a nice the symbols are all nice. I'm going to remove this, see what your landing page looks like. We'll just remove that for now. Alright, okay, so let's go localhost again. Just run it again. npm run dev. Okay, so we just added some details to the pricing card. We've got the fill, we changed to FFF, which is white, and we removed all the padding. So this is what it looks like now. Oh, and we added a bold to this text here. So that looks good. And now we're going to change it so that, okay. So this is what we have so far. We have a nice little header section here. We've updated this number here just as a reference to make sure that it's bold. Added some more padding. And we've got this nice looking page now. And I want to show you as well that I've added a few things here. So this is the title and some keywords, description, URL and author. And I've added that here for making this SEO. So we've got the title, the OG title, keywords, description, same again. I'm going to make a image file called OG image, and that will be placed in this public folder, images, and I will create this file here. And I will do that by taking this picture, taking this, and I will say Ctrl+Shift+S, and we will do that, and I will open it, save it. I'm going to save it in the file that I need. So it's YouTube tutorials. Astro Waitlist, public images. I'm going to call it OG-image. Save. And now we should have, we've got the URL and the type is a website and the author name. So I've added an author, a URL, this is what I'm going to be using, and the keywords, you can add what you want. That gives you a general idea of how to add some SEO to your content as well. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is add Supabase. Okay, so what I have here, I have the all the files for like the icons under public, with the favicon, etc. And I have the site manifest. All of that is added there. So next I have already added the .env file, and I've added Supabase to our project using the Astro instructions from astro.build. So we've installed Supabase. I tried Clerk, but we don't really need it for this project. So I've added the public URL and anon key, and also an admin version, with the Supabase service role key. And I've also added a function called get waitlist count, which takes the amount of emails from our project, our table, and returns how many emails are in that waitlist. So we're going to create that in Supabase in a moment, but that is what that represents there. And I've also added a folder called API under Pages and a file called add email. And inside we're just getting everything from Supabase, and we're getting the email, and then we're going to insert it into our Supabase table. And if there's an error, obviously we'll get the error, and if not, it will refresh the page. That's what that one's doing, the redirect there. Okay, so now we're going to, I'm inside Supabase, I'm inside my project in Supabase, and I'm going to add this table called Ludum Waitlist. And I'm just going to add email, and it's going to be text, and we're going to make sure it's not nullable, and we're going to save it. So that's going to be created, and then we're going to create obviously we need an RLS policy. So we're going to say anyone can insert their email, so we're just going to use the email insert but remove the authenticated, so that that is created. Anyone can insert their email address, and we can click save. Awesome. So now, oh yeah, that I was testing clerk, but we need to change that. So in our layout index file, we need to remove this clerk component, and we're going to import our own waitlist form component that I created. So if we look at the components, I created a component called waitlist form, and it's just a form, and the action is API/add email. Method is post, and it just takes in an input, and the name is email, which is very important. We need to have that. So in our index file, we are going to add this just before the div where it says we will send. So we're going to add waitlist form, and we're going to import it at the top. Yeah, make sure actually to change it to match that component. And now we're going to say, just test out this this table. So I had a different table there. So we have Ludum Waitlist. It's empty right now. And as you can see, it says join 0 others. So now if we enter an email, we should be able to see that change. So it says join 1 other waitlist. And if we refresh the table, we can see that that's been added there. So we can add as many test emails as we want. Obviously, this is just to make sure that everything is working well, and that is functioning the way we want it to. And we also have the same form down here. Because it's a component, we have it in both locations. So regardless of which one is added, we've added that there. Next we want to sort out this join waitlist component. So yeah, that's the component. That's where we're able to show it in both locations. So here we want to do the join waitlist button in the pricing areas. Right now it's going somewhere else. We don't want it to go. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to use something from Tailwind UI called Dialog, I believe. Yes, Dialog. Yeah, and we're going to basically do that and use our waitlist component. So let's do that now. So I'm going to install the dialog, and we're going to actually just create a component called, I think we're going to call it join button, and we're just going to copy all the code and edit it from there. So here we got component, we've got join button.astro, and we're going to import everything in there, and then we're going to edit that to say join waitlist, and we're going to say join the Ludum landing waitlist, and we're adding everything here. Okay, so then we're going to add our waitlist form there, and we're going to actually say close. Save that, and we're going to add that to our pricing. I think it's in the pricing card component that we created. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we have the same classes. And now we're going to add that to our pricing card. So right at the bottom, we've got the join waitlist. I'm going to change that to join button, and that will bring in our component that we created. So that should work now. Here we are. The close doesn't work, so we're going to remove that, I think, and the cancel as well we're going to remove probably, because we have the close button, so we don't really need those, so let's do that. So say close. Let's try that for now, and then but the other one is closed. Yeah, we're just going to completely remove the dialog footer. We don't really need it. So that's that. So there you go. Now that should work. So if we I thought maybe we could try and make the width full, but I don't know if that will work. No. Okay. So yeah, we'll just leave it as it is. Let's take a look. Join button. Okay, so yeah, no, leave it as it was. That's fine. Okay, well, we can test this out. ludum@dare.com or something like that. If you know Ludum Dare, you understand the joke. Okay, so that's working. So next we need to, I'll probably make that maybe just LG instead of MD to make it a little bit bigger. Excellent. Okay, so that's our complete page really, and that's all done, ready to go. So next we need to obviously add everything to GitHub, and then we'll make it actually work. So here I'm going to commit all these changes. So now we can go to Netlify, and I'm going to log in and add the repository. And I'm inside now, and I'm adding my repository. I selected my repository. I've given my site a name, and now I'm going to add all the variables in the environment variables, which is very important for it to run with Supabase. So everything is deployed and configured. I added configured, and I've added I have a subdomain available, so I've used that, and now it's live. Called Ludum Landing, and that's actually live on the internet, ready for wish lists. And you can see it's still using the same database with those emails that we tested earlier. So there you go. There's a full landing page there, ready, waitlist page.